With the Kaha Tapware range, we're really wanting to create a product that fitted into any environment, from the most minimal of environmental spaces right through to a very eclectic space, and a form that was able to be transpired by those environments around it. And simplicity was a basis of it, and then within that, the uniqueness about what it is. The name Kaha actually comes from the Maori people. That's the indigenous people of New Zealand, and in their language it means be strong, courageous and energetic, and they're the values that we've tried to imbue in this form of tapware, and its form is related to the environment it goes into, from, like I talked about, from the very minimalist right through to the more eclectic spaces. A lot of the inspiration of the tapware is derived from how you use it, how you interact with it. Some of the boldness of the shapes and forms were created by the view of bringing these items all together, a solidity to this sort of form. And you can see that by some of the edges that rotate and flow around the product. It allows the eye to complete the product, but also there's a size, proportion, and a view of how it sits on the base or sits on the wall, and all these things create this product that is very unique, and it's those proportions that create beauty, elegance, and in some ways move us away from what other tapware do. The process of designing the Kaha tapware really started with the user. How they interact with it, the size of requirements, the length of the spouts, the feel of the handle, the size of the swivel and how that rotated, and things that were that the user didn't know. You know, they're not going to tell us what they don't know. So there's a lot of exploration in the early days of form and size, how it sits on the basins, how it sits against the wall, how the environments they go into, understanding what sort of spaces these are, and particularly with architecture, how it's changing, how bathroom spaces are changing. The materials that we use within those bathroom spaces also have an effect on what you're actually producing and designing. So really basing it around the user and understanding how they operate and function this product. With Kaha in particular, we really wanted to have a form that was, as I said earlier, was to be able to fit into the environment, and to do that we wanted quite a soft shape, a shape that was easy to handle, that didn't obscure in any way, a form that created some definition of line, but then the beauty within the proportions as well. So the soft pebble-like shape, but created by geometry and form to give some strength, some personality within that space. And also it was allowing us to create forms that linked together, that allowed the eye to flow around the product, whether it be a spout, a handle, the basin mixer itself, and giving us a view of, within this shape, within these styles, there was a fit with the environment as well. Some of the unique aspects of the range start with the length and sizing of spouts, the geometry of that spout, the access of it, the size and length of handles to allow best of access, leverage, ergonomic aspects within the way it pivots out the way or swivels out the way in a basin mixer. These all play its part in the development of the product. And in some ways, they were drivers of the function was drivers around how we deliver that product and how the user interacts with it. The Kaha range itself is actually perfectly suited to cross over many forms of items within that bathroom space, whether it be the vitreous china or the accessories. It's got some shape. The rounded shape does complement both square and the round or oval shapes as well. So it does really complement all those aspects of that environment. And we've done, I think, a great job of creating this thing, or this item, that has the beauty within itself to also sit and complement everything else. And that's a tricky and a balancing act between having something that stands alone in itself in its entirety, but something that actually beds itself and sits well with complementary products. And Kaha does it very well. The practical design aspects of Kaha come down to things we've tried to place into the product. Things like the swivel basin, and again the swivel kitchen sink. It means that you can have better access to the basin. It allows for something that is kind of unique within that range and offers some real practical benefits. Other aspects is the length of the spouts for coverage or distance away for baths and basins. The cleanliness of the form is an easy clean surface that you can actually make cleaning a far easier situation. Multi-directional aerator, allowing you to create or manoeuvre that direction of the water flow. These aspects actually create some unique differences within the Kaha range, and something that is moving us away from the competition in a way that benefits the user. Kaha itself is a range that really has that ability to produce a high-end design value, this elegant, beautiful product at an attainable price, and something that we believe is something that we want to offer the general public as well. Something that is beautifully designed, has elegance, has some statement, and is bold, and yet is completely attainable.